Hello, beautiful people. Amy Nicholas coming at you live. And I am streaming on a new device. Yay, new phone. My other phone's camera was messed up, so I wasn't able to do lives from that for a long time. I'm just trying to figure it out. There's my little kickstand. There we go. Yeah, it's all right. So I'm in my office slash library, and I thought I would make this sort of a fun live to share with you because I've done this process multiple times, and that is manifesting what I want. So we talk about, manifesting your desires, manifesting more money, success in your business, bringing to you what you really desire in your life. Could be cars, could be homes, could be vacations, could be a spouse. um, but yeah, so I thought, let me share the process with you and just sort of share with you what I'm doing because to me, I already have the new motorcycle, and I'll give you a little backstory on how I've gotten other bikes. But I thought, why not just share with you, what's going on, what I'm thinking about, what I'm doing, and to give you the backstory. 2008, I think it was July, because it was really hot. I was living in Texas. A friend of mine convinced me, coworker friend, to take a motorcycle class. And I saw her going out on the weekends, and she was like having a good time. She's like, man, I wish you rode, and um it would be fun to ride together. So she convinced me to take the class. I signed up, took the class in July in Texas. It was very hot, but it was fun, and I'm glad I did it. It really opened my eyes to something new that was exciting and fun. I didn't know how I was going to get a bike. Um, I was renting, living with a friend, didn't really have the ability to, like, excuse me, transport bikes around, and I was new, so I didn't want to ride the streets yet. I wanted to, like, find parking lots and such. So I told myself, well, let me pay off my truck. And so I, that took a little bit of time, a couple years. And then, I was moving around a lot, and it just wasn't logistically possible, really, to have a motorcycle at that time. I really didn't have my own space. So fast forward to last year, 2020, and this is January. We have moved to our new home, my dream home, manifested, and we have land, we have space, and we had at the time we have a carport, but at the time it was open, so you can park your vehicles under there and all that. We've since screened it in, but at any rate, I had space to park a motorcycle. So I started looking, and what I did was I actually pulled out. Let me see if I can reach it. There it is. Okay. This guy. I don't know if you can. It's hard to read. It's a binder that says my dream book. I wrote this down in my dream book. Okay. You can use a spiral notebook. You can put it in a binder like I did. I like having the little loose leaf paper inside. Um, I think I've got it right here, actually. Let's see when I actually wrote this down. Okay, so some point in 2019, I wrote this down. And here's the key, right? All those years that I was trying to manifest my first motorcycle, I really wasn't trying because I kept telling myself, well, let me get space for it. Let me get my own thing, and let me figure things out. But in 2019, I wrote down that I had a Kawasaki Ninja 650R in lime green and black. At the time, I thought I was going to get chrome wheels because I thought I was going to keep it for a while. But at any rate, achieved. I don't know if you can see that. January 17th, 2020, first bike. So almost a year later, which was fine because to me the timing was perfect to get that first bike. Got a decent price on it. It wasn't great, but I didn't care because it was my first bike. So I kept that bike for about 4 months. And I would watch YouTube videos, and I would just see all these different bikes out there. I already knew, because when I lived in Texas and going back to the 2008 when I took the motorcycle class, I already knew that I wanted a sport bike. And the bike my first bike was more of a, what they call like a sport touring. It looks sporty, but you're sitting upright. So, and it wasn't very fast. Like, it was decently powered for like highway or something, but it wasn't fast at all. So I wanted something with some pep. And so I'd already thought years back of having a Suzuki GSXR 600. And so I started planning probably about April of last year that I was going to get another bike. I was going to sell my beginner bike, get another bike. And what I did was obsessively looking on Facebook Marketplace. That was my thing. And lo and behold, 2 months later, I manifested that 600. Sold the other one, got the faster bike. And I've had that bike since. I still have that one. It's an older bike, 2007. So I was putting a lot of work into it, getting it running right, fixing things. And so I kind of was like, you know what? I'm gonna start looking for a different bike. And I walked into a dealership one day just because they had a Suzuki GSXR 750, which is like the next level up if you want a little bit more pep in your step. And I did not know it at the time. I was going to look. Ended up walking out of the dealership having bought a 2021 motorcycle. Still have that one. So right now I've got two bikes, and I also have a dirt bike. That was a whole other story, manifesting. But at any rate, the process has stayed the same. And so I'm going to put into use and share with you how this works and how you get what you want. And you don't have to worry about the money. You don't have to worry about where it's going to come from. You don't have to worry about how. So I encourage you, take from what I'm sharing with you, take this information and use it to manifest what you want in your life. You might not want a motorcycle. I don't know too many women that do, honestly. It's actually very challenging to find women to ride with where I live. But there are a lot of bikers around here in Florida. So take this advice and use it for what you want. Do you want more money? Money's great, and I know that it takes money to buy things. So the money to me is kind of like, it's kind of secondary, because really you want the things that the money buys, right? It's not so much that you want pieces of paper. It's fun, it's great to look at, whatever. But that's not what you really want. And you get clear on that. And that's one of the things. So here's how I'm doing this. Here's how I'm doing this process. We're going for, well, if you count the dirt bike. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going for bike number 5 here. To manifest. Now, my intention is to sell the 2007 bike. Keep the 2021, add another bike to the mix. That way I have 2 newer bikes rather than a brand new one and a much older one. Because I love the peace of mind that comes with having a newer bike with very low miles. So here I am being specific, okay? Let me give you my specifics. I already know exactly what bike I want. Number 1, know what you want. It's a Kawasaki Ninja ZX 14R. This bike is like the king of bikes. I mean, if you like power, this is the bike. Am I a little hellion speed demon? No, actually, I sat on this bike. This is step number 2. Get close to what you want. I sat on this bike almost 2 weeks ago. And I had sat on this bike before I wanted it, just to see what it felt like. I was at a dealership in Virginia visiting my family, and I sat on this bike. But I really couldn't remember what it was like. So I said, Amy, you got to get close to what you want, right? You got to experience it. So I went to this dealership because I seen on Facebook Marketplace that they had the bike I wanted for sale. It wasn't in the color I wanted. here again, being specific. I told myself I wanted the emerald green color, and I've since opened that option up to blue and orange. Those are a couple other colors this bike comes in. And the bike at the dealership was gray. It was actually a lot nicer looking in person than I thought. So I was like, all right, this is a cool bike. I sat on it. The guy had the keys for it. It had gas in the tank. He started it up, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it made me want the exhaust that was on that bike. So I got more clear about my picture. Hey, Kelly, thanks. Really good camera quality. Yeah, this is my new iPhone. Well, replacement iPhone. New. My camera was bad on my other one, so I was always having to use my webcam. But yeah, I like the quality too. So talking motorcycles. Yeah, so 2 weeks ago, sat on this bike and decided I was gonna start actively looking for this new bike. And I started to get a little bit more clear based on doing research, based on jumping into some Facebook groups, learning about the bike, looking for bikes for sale. There were some people posting in the groups, and I also looked on Marketplace, and I started sort of collecting data. What are the known issues with this bike? What kind of maintenance do you have to do? What should I be on the lookout for? Have people drag race this bike? Here's how to know. Things like that. So I started to learn more. And I think that's a key component, like knowing what you want and getting clear about it, experiencing, getting close to what you want. If it's a physical item, obviously this is a lot easier. If it's something more intangible, like you want to quit your job, that's a little harder. However, do the things that you can do today, excuse me, that make it feel like you have the thing that you want, the event, the manifestation, the material thing. Do the things that you can today that brings you as close as possible to that outcome. Excuse me. So, as I'm working on this manifestation, again, I'm not worried about the time. I mean, if it takes months, whatever, I don't care. That's not the point. When you don't worry about the time, things come to you a lot faster. Do I want this new bike like today? Yeah, that'd be awesome. You know? Do I need it today? No. Would I be happy if it came today? Sure. But I don't need it. Want it, but don't need it. That is another key component to manifesting what you want. Too many people get like obsessed with what they want to the point of their obsession kills it. They say be obsessed. Yes, you should be obsessed with what you want, but don't get yourself to a point where you feel like things are just falling apart if you don't have that. I could take it or leave it. Like, it would be cool as heck if I like walked into a dealership today, just like outright bought a bike. Cool. Do I need to do that? No. It's a lot easier to manifest what you want when it's not forced. Like the last time I got my bike, I walked into a dealership not even knowing I was there to buy a bike. Okay. I sat on it, started it up, I was sold. You know what I mean? Like it was done. Did I walk in there like, oh my gosh, I gotta find the perfect bike? No. Peace, calm, assuredness, got what I want. Didn't know I was gonna get it that day. But here we are again. And some people would say, okay, well, Amy, how are you going to get the money? Do you have to, you said you want to sell one of your bikes, but so you got to like picture selling the bike and then like getting the money and then gathering more money. For me, the thing that works the best is to focus on the end result, not all the little steps along the way that you think have to happen. Okay, here's what I thought would have had to happen with the last bike I bought. And by the way, this was in May this year. I logically thought this out, I would have said, okay, Amy, your older bike is in the shop right now. You're going to have to wait for the bike to get out of the shop. Then you're going to have to sell it. Then you're going to have to get the money. And then you're going to have to go buy the new bike. And that wasn't the way it played out at all. I didn't even have the other bike in my possession when I bought the new one. It was still in the shop. So what you think should happen, what you think the steps are usually not the steps. And that is okay. You want the universe to bring you what you desire in the most efficient, easiest, peaceful, flowing way, because that is just the best way things happen. So don't force things to happen a certain way. You want success in your business and you think it's got to come from this product or this thing that you're doing. Don't worry about that. Just picture the end result. With the bike, I am not focused on how am I going to sell the bike? What am I going to get for this bike? How am I going to get the money I need to buy another one? When I get any of those thoughts come up, by the way, I just push that aside in my brain, a little swipe, and I put the image of the new bike parked in my carport next to my other new bike. And that's what I focus on, because that's the end result for me, to have the two new bikes. Do I want them? Yes. Do I need them? No. Is it bad to desire things that don't seem practical? Absolutely not. And why is that? Well, when I got the truck I have, it's a 2014 Dodge Ram. It's not your typical Ram. It is lifted 6 inches. It's got the, what they call bulldog stance, kind of like this. It's got huge rims and tires on it. It's got lights in the wheels, so it lights up at night. It is blacked out as blacked out can be. It's got a stereo system. I mean, this was my dream truck. And when I first bought it, and I used all these techniques I'm sharing with you, when I first bought it, I thought to myself, you know what? This is going to change me as a person, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. Yes, it is a physical item. It is a materialistic thing, but it is causing something in me to shift, because all of a sudden I felt like I was stepping into a new identity, not just because I drove a certain kind of vehicle, but because it was pushing me to become better than where I was. I remember working in my office. This is my other home I used to have. And I would look out the window, because I had this big window in front of my computer, my desktop monitor. I would look out the window and I would see the truck parked in the driveway. And I would just like, I love that truck, And it would motivate me. I was like, all right, back to work, I got this. The sales are coming in today. I might have made $0 so far. I don't care. I'm back to work. It like pushed me to become somebody different. Motivated, excited. I started getting new ideas. I started changing the things I was doing in my businesses. Doors started opening. Money started coming in. That truck was paid for within 4 months. Paid for. Yeah. I didn't know that was going to happen either. Didn't know how. Didn't have any plans to. It wasn't something I thought about manifesting, to have my truck paid for in 4 months. And it wasn't a cheap truck, by the way. But anyway, so you can watch me. I'm going to do some videos here and there throughout this process. Not every time I go live, but I'll keep you posted on how the manifestation is going. To me, and this is how you know it's coming fast. To me, it's like I can convince myself to the point of I can walk outside into my carport. We don't have like an actual garage, but it's screened in. And we have like a sliding screen door. And I can see the new bike parked there. Like, literally, I kid you not, was walking inside there the other day from outside, and I did a double take. Because for a second, I saw the bike. I saw it parked there, the new one. I saw it. I was like, dang, this is the key, by the way. When you can literally convince yourself, like trick your brain that what you want has already happened. It's already done. Don't think about things coming. Don't think about things as if they're far off or even saying tomorrow. It's already done. Even like I used to say things that, certain things would happen in the day. And it kind of works sometimes, but if things that you say today is this is happening and it's not working for you, act as if it's already done. Put yourself in the position of, okay, like for me, my motorcycle is already here. I've already got it. Like I've got 2 brand new bikes now, okay? It's already done. It's got everything I want on it. The right exhaust, everything's done to it, lowered, whatever. What would I be doing? What would I be feeling? What would I be thinking? Well, like sometimes just to look at it. We've got security cameras. I can just see it on the camera. There's my bike. Yeah. Think about, where do I want to go ride this weekend on my new bike? Like picturing it, it's so comfortable. It's a bigger bike. It's like good for touring. Where am I going to go? Planning that. Well, it's a good hour to the beach. Maybe I'll ride at the beach. Go chill at the beach for a while, hit the waves, get back on the bike, have a nice comfortable ride back. Easy peasy. And you just sort of immerse yourself into these visions, into this different reality. And it becomes reality. This is how I've gotten my other 4 bikes. I saw myself like when the one bike was in the shop, my 07. When that bike was in the shop, it seemed like never ending. Like it was in the shop for a long time. I was like, what do I gotta think about? What do I gotta picture? What do I have to do differently to bring the bike home? It just seemed like problem after problem after problem. And I said, well, what do I really, really want? I want that assuredness, that peace, that feeling that it's done, that it's in my possession. The bike is sitting outside. It is done. And I had an image come into my mind. I said, okay, I'm picturing like staring at where we park our bikes, and there's the bike I'm waiting to get out of the shop. It's parked there. I could see it. And I'd look on the camera in my mind, and I could see it on our security camera. And I kid you not, that freaking bike was done within 4 days of that. When I got clear on the picture, when I pictured what is it I really want? Yeah, I love to ride the bike. It's amazing. I love riding. But there was this internal feeling that was of unrest, disorderly. I said, I want to feel peaceful. That's the thing. I want to feel peaceful, knowing that it's back. And it came. And it was done. So sometimes you have to get clear on not only what you want, but what's the real feeling that you want from the thing you want. Because a lot of times we think, well, I want this car, I want this house. And you come up with like surface reasons. Oh, well, we'll have more space. And yeah, it'll just be like comfortable. And, the family can come. And, the new car be reliable and, won't break down on me. You're getting closer by asking yourself, why you really want something. But you have to go deeper. A lot of times you have to go deeper. If stuff seems to be eluding you, You're not getting what you want. You're thinking about it all day long. You're like, Amy, I'm thinking about the dream house. I'm thinking about the new car. It's not coming. You gotta stop focusing on it's not coming, first of all. Second of all, realize that you're probably thinking about the wrong feeling. The feeling is everything. There's a book called The Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. You can just read the title and it tells you exactly what you need to know. The feeling is the secret. When you capture that actual feeling that you want, and I swear there's been a lot of manifestations that I've consciously thought about and watched as they happen. And in recent times, like within the last few months and last year or two, and I realized that what I really wanted out of all these things that I thought I wanted, this bike, this car, this house, this dog, whatever it was, I was trying to manifest, I wanted to be at peace. When I got my dream home, which I'm sitting here in my office right now in our dream home, the thing that put the pieces together, that really solidified this happening for me, was one image of looking out the back of our property, seeing the trees, there's no houses behind us, by the way. Can't see anybody's house, just land back there. And that image gave me this sense of peace. Like, when I get this house, the peace. I feel at peace. It's quiet. We're in the country. The neighbors are not super close to us. They're on the sides of us, but they're not super close. And looking out the back, there's nobody, you know. And that was the feeling and the image that I focused on. And so since then, I've sort of looked at the different manifestations that have happened and thought, well, what am I really after? What do I really want? I want to feel peaceful a lot of times. Sometimes I'm going for a slightly different feeling, but a lot of the times I just want to feel at peace. And I think the thing that brings the stuff to you is that when you're at peace, you can tell yourself it is done and you believe it. Because when you feel peaceful, you do have that sense like, yeah, it's done. I don't have to worry about this anymore. I don't have to focus on it anymore. I don't have to think about it and visualize and like go over and over in my mind. It's already done. So, as I said earlier about this, is I'm walking out to our carport out front here, and I'm already seeing the bike there, the new one. It's already there. I see the color I want. I see the bike parked next to my other bike. I'm thinking about the rides I'm gonna go on, where I'm gonna take it, get some pictures of it, take it somewhere scenic, get some nice shots of it, post it here. I'm thinking about like sharing with y'all, here's the new bike. I told you I was gonna get it. It's already done. That's where you have to be. And if you get caught up in the how am I gonna get this? Where's the money gonna come from? Don't worry about it. The only thing you have to focus on is, do you want it? Yes. Okay. Then focus on the feeling that you're going to have when you have it. Right? So if you enjoy this kind of stuff and you're like, Amy's kind of, she's manifesting some things. She's getting what she wants out of life. She looks like she's having a good time. She's at peace. Then, I invite you, giving you a chance here to work with me one-on-one. I'm working with people, 4 clients who I'm looking for, 4 people. If you want to break your income ceiling in the next 90 days, sign up below. This is for people that are ready to take some action. They're ready for the next step. They're tired of being in the same place. I don't know about you, but if I make the same income month after month after month, I feel stuck. I feel like I'm not growing. I feel like I'm dying. And it's frustrating because you want to be somewhere else. And if you just feel like you're stuck the same level in your online business, month after month, and maybe you're going backwards, that's even worse. But you want to know, how do I push past this invisible ceiling? It's not really there, but there's something up here that's blocking me. Something I'm not doing. There's something I'm doing wrong. I'll show you how to get past it. And my guarantee to you is that if you don't break your income ceiling in 90 days, you get all your money back from coaching with me. This is one-on-one, by the way. So I'm only looking for 4 clients. So sign up below, or if you want to get on a free call with me, just sort of get some more info, let me know. You can book a call as well. So cool. Thanks, Kelly. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.